Hello Anglopians, back with another video. So I'm finally back doing some videos and content, which I'm glad I'm doing now. It's been a while, like I said in my previous video. Been at least about maybe 3 months or so, something like that. And that time has gone fast. Like I said, I did get told by my pa, once you have children, watch time fly. It makes me wonder how fast it's going to go for him, because he's a granddad now, so his time's going to go much quicker. But I'm a first time dad and he's a first time granddad, which very joyful experience. So yeah, we're only going to do 3-minute videos, but there's that much going on. And why we're only going to do 3-minute videos, because people's attention span is very short, very minute. That's why people only watch TikTok and shorts and that. So majority of people don't like watching long-winded videos, but majority of your videos, which are the best content, are your long-winded. But yeah, with that being said, with what's been going on, what we've been hearing on the electric toilet, they don't fully tell you what's actually going on. One at news, what I looked on at BBC, it was on BBC News, not on the electric toilet, but on their website, and they never talked about it, was that Ireland, that the army is going to be on the streets. I'm sure it's in the south of Ireland, but by end of today or tomorrow, 500 pumps at the station is going to be without fuel. By end of the day, 500 pumps. That's a lot. That's going to cause a panic, because people are going to expect more and more pumps to close down, and there's going to be no fuel. And I think we've seen in the previous past that when there's no fuel, people start getting scared, and I'd expect a fuel shortage as well. But then you end up with, like I said, panic, crime, people start fighting with each other. But this is all by design. It's all being affected by the Strait of Hormuz. But I don't know if you know this. Do you know the oil tankers, what carry your oil? Do you know how fast they actually go? They only go the speed of a, say, a pedal bike. So 10 to 12 kilometers an hour. No, second, what I mean about. But anyway, yeah, 10 to 12 kilometers. Alright? So from Iran to reach Europe, that's going to take a couple of months to get there, maybe 2-3 months. And we're only just about, right now, I say it's 10th of April today, so I think we're getting our last shipment of oil, so if that's our last shipment in Europe and Britain, so obviously Britain's in Europe, so when's the next shipment going to be? And they're not talking about this on news at all. They're saying that all the oil prices were going to go down because the ceasefire, the so-called ceasefire, because they're still, like in Saudi Arabia, their pipeline got done in. But they were on the GB News, they said, well, yeah, it's to be expected, because Donald Trump, America, did take out the communications of Iran, so from the command centre to get to the front lines where the missile silos are, where they're firing and that. So it'll take some time. So they'll need to send a little messenger on camel to get over there to tell them. Oh, yeah, whether you believe that or not, it's a whole other thing. So within Ireland, with the 500 pumps running out of fuel today or tomorrow, and it makes you wonder when it's going to hit Northern Ireland. Then if it does hit Northern Ireland, when it's going to hit here. And that, obviously, that's going to cause panic. And so your fuel prices are going to shoot up. They're going to go sky high. Probably what we've never seen before. And with it coming to Britain, we've got a lot more mixed multitude than south and north of Ireland have. And you've seen London, Birmingham, and the cities. Well, me to be fair, I'm glad I do not live in a city, I live in a town. But either way, eventually it will come here. But we'll get more of a pre-warning than the people who live in cities, because it'll just happen to them overnight, and then we'll eventually see the panic, and we'll know the towns are next. So yeah, but with the oil tankers taking so long to get here, with the Straits of Hormuz being closed for, I think it was, I'm not sure how long the war went on for, maybe three weeks, maybe a month. I could be getting that wrong, but either way, that was a delay, a big delay. It might not seem a lot, like a month, but that is a lot, because we don't have any backups or any storage of supplies of oil. We don't have any. We don't have coal plants. We don't have power plants. We just rely on someone blowing their turbines, hoping Yahweh gives us some wind. Well, as a punishment, he won't give us any wind. Well, to be fair, last year and this year it's been a windy year. Well, like right now it's windy. Quite cold too. That's why I've got quite a few layers on. Got so many layers on, I feel like a blimmin' onion. But yeah, so with that happening, with us ended up with a short of supply, because with what happened in Iran, that's gonna obviously, yeah, I just lost train of thought there. I was looking at some, yeah, it's gonna obviously create a shorter supply here, and we're not going to get told on the electric toilet that we're going to have no oil. And it made me laugh though, that amount of people who actually don't realise everything relies on oil. Your wind turbines, your fake power plants, which is not run by nuclear. They wanted to make mini nuclear power plants, but still haven't got around to that, have they? But no, yeah. So they wanted to make mini nuclear power plants, and so with everything relying on oil, so if we don't end up with a supply of a month, that's going to create such a backlog that your food's going to be affected, your water, everything you can think of, like within your day-to-day lives. Like me, obviously just having a newborn, even your formula. What happens when your formula goes? So this is why you need a beautiful birds. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see them. Look at them there. Can you see them? Oh, panic better. I don't know if it's all. But yeah. So with being no formula, because a lot of women don't breastfeed out there, and some can't. So that even that's going to be a shortened supply. Your nappies, it's just so many things that's going to be affected by this. That's why you need to prepare and get things ready, and gather tin food, which is long lasting. And I think a lot of you can remember from the previous time of COVID, that one of the supplies what really got a shortage, what we call bog roll, is toilet roll. And that's gonna go. I don't know if you've seen it in we're in America, I'm sure in America, a factory got set on fire because they said they didn't pay us enough wages. We need more money because we need to live. But obviously with the Trump establishment, they're saying they've never been so better. There ain't been an economy like this since, well, God knows. Well, they say Biden administration was so horrendous, but then you get an employee burning a factory on fire, what were worth 1.2 million of toilet roll, because he'd saying he weren't getting enough wages. So yeah, they're going to end up with a shortage on bog roll. And that bridge in America, what went kaboom underneath it, I think it was a gas tanker or something like that. They're saying, just didn't really explain why it blew up, but something caused it. But yeah, I don't look too much into America stuff. I'm in the land of Ether in Britain, so I try to focus on here more, and Ireland. Oh, my neck is nipping. So yeah, a lot is going to be affected by this. I see it more and more happening. You do what? I watch a few people on the internet and that, and they're saying, oh, we've got a few weeks. Maybe if you're lucky, you've got a few months. I think we've got more than that. But either way, we're going to end up seeing a shortage, because within Australia, they had a supermarket there. They had no food. Just, I think it was a few apples. They had loads of lemons. Loads. Yeah, they weren't, it was totally empty. Barren. It was proper barren. So, yeah, so with food, it ended up coming into a decline. Because if you start noticing in your supermarkets that it takes a while longer for the shelves to fill up, they do eventually fill up. But if you slowly see it starting to decline, it takes longer and longer. I think you should at least prepare. Even if you end up buying the food and you end up wasting it, well, at least you were prepared at that time. Just do it again. Like, even if it doesn't happen till, what, 10 years from now, at least you was prepared for it, for you and your family, and that you still that idea within your children that you should prepare. Because, like you say, be prepared, not scared. That's the way you should be, because you don't want to be scared when this all hits, because it's going to be carnage, absolute anarchy. So, I know, obviously, another topic one I wanted to bring up was Germany. So, you've seen all this war going on. Keir Starmer came out, he's absolutely fuming with Trump and Putin. Them two are like peas in a pod, them two. They're the reason why we've got sky high oil prices and gas prices. Oh, it's all their fault. Well, end it there, Keir is one of them. He is. He's just one of them. But either way, it's all of the same coin, just different side of the blimmin' coin. We're all in the same blimmin' boat, reading from the same blimmin' book. Either way, they say they want to destroy the globalist plan, but end it there, you can see that like, this new world order is already starting to take place, and it's getting further and further down the line that we're going to end up with this more authoritarian 15-minute cities, which I'm not looking forward to. But if you don't own a car, well, it doesn't really matter to you then, does it? But either way, you'd still need to find a way to get out of this crap hole. Try not to swear, it's vulgar. Try to keep a clean mouth. But yeah, in Germany, they're scripting from anybody from 17 to 45 years old. If you go abroad, you have to basically make sure the government knows, because you can't stay outside the country more than 3 months. Then you've got to come back, just in case we need to go to war with Russia. So it just shows you they're already preparing the masses of a potential war, or going to war. So more of your children, basically your sons, and obviously you're probably going to get girls getting scripted now, because we're all gender neutral these days. So if you're gender neutral, you should basically send the women up too. How about put the boots on children as well, even though they've just about crawled? It don't matter. But yeah, you're seeing Afghanistan and these Middle East countries got little nippers holding friggin' AK-47s. But yeah, it's getting ridiculous. But and even Canada are thinking about doing the same, about a certain age range, that if you go outside the country for a certain amount of period, you're gonna have to come back. You'll have to be ordered to come back, because you're gonna have to go to fight for your beautiful, wonderful government. What love us? Oh, they love us, all right. Yeah. Like crap at bottom of our shoe. Nothing but run you to the ground, tax you to no end. Like when I went to the supermarket today, looked at receipt list, 20% tax on what we bought. Ooh, blimmin' cowed. I am blimmin' cowed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to wrap this up, me, quite shortly, because I'm starting to shivery a bit. Yeah, it's picking up, and it's just gone sundown. So yeah, so they're doing that as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through these quite quickly. I've just only got 2 more things to say. Like, we all remember COVID. We all remember that. Ooh, we're a dark day them days. We were brilliant when the streets were empty. that were blooming good, that. When I was wandering around, no one were about. Yeah, like a zombie apocalypse. I think we've all watched enough movies of them. Where all your streets are barren, no one to see. No cars, no pollution. Oh, it were good. It were good. Besides, freaking a mile long line to get into blimmin' Abba's Dabbers, Morrison's or Tesco, just to get a few bits and bats. But once you got in there were no toilet roll. So I think one of your main things you need to stock up on is your toilet roll. You need that, because at the end of the day we all need to wipe our behinds. So yeah, you remember COVID? Now they're ramping it up. Now they're getting creative. So I think it's Yale University. I'll link it up. I'll show you on screen that now they've created a nasal spray, mRnA COVID nasal spray vaccine. Oh, they are getting creative, aren't they? Well, they tried it on mice. I was reading the paper, and they're trying it on mice, the nanoparticles, and it's really effective on the mice. Yeah, not that friggin' nasty COVID right out at park. Yeah, even though when I was working away, I was surrounded by it. COVID, I had to do the COVID tests, plopping it up your nose. Yeah, never tested positive, even though I was around people who were testing positive. But I never tested positive myself. Never got vaccinated. Never got ill. None of my family members got vaccinated. None of us caught it. Never got ill. But yeah, but we're all going to get vaxxed. So yeah, now they're thinking about creating a nasal spray. So, not just about it going in your lungs, probably unblock your nose too, when they spray it up your nose. And I won't be surprised that they're creating aerosol, just like these chemtrails what you got going up in your sky. Some people saying, oh, that's just chemtrails. But chemtrails dissipate within a couple of minutes. This, chemtrails, they hover in the sky for a good couple of hours. But it's just natural. It's just the air what's coming outside the jet engine is being frozen by the air particles are being frozen by the cold air. Because they're so far up. Oh yeah, but when you notice it, they seem to dissipate. But not the chemtrails, no. But I won't be surprised to start creating and getting more creative with creating an aerosol mRNA COVID vaccine. Yeah, just a bunch of lab rats down here. That's all they want to do. Blaming heck, it's just on and on and on and on. That's just on and on and on we go. There's just so much to talk about, to be honest. It's endless news. And even the news, what you see on the TV, half the time they just repeat, rinse and repeat, talk about the same thing. Within an hour, when you watch the first hour and you get on to the next hour, they've rinse and repeated again. Blimey heck, it sends you insane. Like Adolf said, tell a lie long enough, people will start to believe it. Well, it will do, when you're saying it every frigging blimmin' hour. Oh, it's hard to watch, it's really hard to watch. But people say, don't watch the news, because they're just mind controlling you. That's all they're doing. But didn't someone say that you need to watch your enemy and what they say and what they're doing? Wouldn't Winston Churchill be watching Adolf Hitler's TikTok on Twitter? Oh no, it ain't called Twitter now, what am I on about? Snapchat and TikTok. Yeah? Would they not be watching it? Tweeting each other on X? Yeah, they would, wouldn't they? Yeah, just a bit. Like you say, you've got to watch your enemy. You need to see what crap they're spewing on the electric toilet. And then you can compare what you're seeing yourself. But yeah, Hold that thought. I am going to get up because I am blaming cold. Hold that thought. Yeah, as I was saying. Whew. Yep, got my backpack back on. Always got a backpack on. But yeah, they are definitely getting creative in what they're doing. They certainly are, but either way, it's just one of them. What can we do about it? We can just try to live better, live cleaner, and try to purge our bodies from the things what we've put in ourselves and what stuff what have been put in us. But yeah, either way, it's one of them, ain't it? And another thing before I go, yeah, BitChute. BitChute's been closed down. We can't get on it. UK have banned it. Yep. But you are not allowed to watch this content. Oh, no. Ofcom. Not allowed. You are not allowed to watch that. Yeah. We will tell you what to watch because we know better for you. Yeah, of course you do. You really know better for us. When you ruin our country, ruining other countries, going around everywhere. Yeah, they all seem to know best, don't they? But either way, keep safe, keep your family safe, be prepared, not scared, and always praise Yahweh. So be it.